Again, I'm so grateful for anyone who clicks on a video and stays here on the video. I know it's a lot of rambling, I know it's a lot of crying, and you may hate when people get on YouTube and just cry and ramble. Hi, my name's Mark and welcome to the channel. Today is my birthday. I'm turning 32,000 years old and I'm sitting on the edge of a mountain. I'm sitting on the edge of the town where I grew up, Signal Mountain in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I'm here to spend some time knitting with you and chatting. Thanks for being here with me. Let's get into it. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm very tired this morning. I think it comes with the territory of being another year older. So as I mentioned in the intro, I'm home. I'm on Signal Mountain in southeastern Tennessee, and I hope you can hear the birds. I hope you can hear a little bit of what I can hear this morning. I'll be quiet for a second to see if you can hear them. It's really peaceful. It's a really beautiful morning. I wanted to film this video at some point during my visit home, and we've had crazy rain. We've had so much rain, and it's just been cloudy. It's been raining every morning. So I really hope, fingers crossed, I might get a nice sunrise this morning. So hopefully behind me we'll have a sunrise happening. I might need to turn the camera at some point to get it all captured. And if you've been on the channel with me before, you might recognize that I'm working on my weekender from Andrea Mowry. This is actually another weekender that I haven't shown on camera before. I finished my weekender for my friend Julie, and now this is a weekender for my husband, Ned, and it's in a very similar color, but it's different, I promise. So today I'm nervous. I feel bubbly, I feel excited, and I also feel anxious. I mentioned this in another video I posted on the channel that the older I get, the more self-awareness I have, which I don't love. I think I've always had awareness. I've always had a sense of self and understanding how I fit into my surroundings and how to read social cues, how to interact with people. But the older I get, the more shy I've become, and the more anxious I've become with the smallest everyday things. And it's just a new thing for me. So I'm nervous as I sit here and talk with you, but I hope I'll calm down and be able to get everything out. And if you're here with me, thank you for being here with me. I still think it's crazy that anyone chooses to watch a video of mine all the way through and wants to hear me talk and wants to look at me for that long. Maybe you don't. Maybe you close your eyes. Maybe you turn your brightness all the way down on the screen and you just listen. But I'm really grateful. I'm really, really grateful for the people that have shown me that I have a larger community. I have more people out there in the world who get me and with whom I connect in what feels like a really authentic way. So being home, I love it. I love coming home. I love being with my family. I have 3 older siblings. Becky is my sister. She is the oldest sibling in the family. Then Brian, my oldest brother. Then Drew, the brother closest in age to me. And then there's me. And I was a surprise, as they say. My parents didn't necessarily plan to have me in the timeline. So my 3 older siblings are all a good bit older than me. They're not 15, 20 years older than me, but they're 12, 9, and 6 years older than me. So there was always a gap. There was always some sort of separation growing up, which worked out in my favor. I had a great mom and a sister who was like a second mom because she was old enough to take care of me and tote me around and protect me and love me so much. And I had the best childhood having my mom and my sister take care of me like that and love me like that. And then the brothers were there to play and fight and argue. So it was a good mix of things. But I feel like I have a big family, and I have nieces and nephews from every sibling, and everyone lives in this town. Everyone lives here on the mountain. And so when I come home, it's magical. It's so special that everyone is here. So I'll drive down the street, I'll go to the grocery store, and I'll just run into my siblings. I see them all over the place, and we get together. We do a lot as a family, and we're close, which I know isn't the case. It isn't the story for every family. So I'm really grateful for that. And while I live far away, not terribly far away, but I live about a 10-hour drive away, so it's not close enough to just pop over anytime I want. There's always been that separation, and in my case, it's because of the type of work I do and the schools I've gone to, the job opportunities I've had have just placed me in a different part of the country. So when I come home, I cherish it. I feel like I'm gonna cry, which feels so stupid, but I really wear my heart on my sleeve. When I when I come home, I cherish these moments. It's so special to be with. It feels like I'm with friends, with people that I've chosen to have in my life, but they're my family. They are my my God-given, my universe-given family. Oh my goodness. I feel like probably every year since I turned 16, on my birthday, I cry. The sun's coming up. Let me turn us. Okay, I think I've adjusted, and hopefully you can see the sunrise here with me. As I was saying, in what feels like a really dramatic fashion, with each birthday, probably since I turned 16, I find myself being so nostalgic and, in a way, so melancholy. And when I was 16, I really specifically remember I had big plans. I had a birthday party planned, I had my birthday cake made, and I was going to take my driving test bright and early on the morning of my 16th birthday, which is when you can officially get your license and drive on your own in the state of Tennessee. So everything hinged on me passing this driving test. If I didn't pass the driving test, I wouldn't be able to drive myself to my own party. I wouldn't be able to have what felt like that freedom and that big step into young adulthood. And I remember going to bed as it turned over to my birthday, and probably because I'm dramatic, because I was going to an art school and I took acting classes and things, I felt everything so hard. And I remember crying, not because I was going to say not because I was afraid, but really, I think I was afraid. I think I knew the responsibility that was coming. I knew that a lot of change was coming, that in those next 2 years, I would be finishing high school. I would be leaving my friends. I would be leaving my community as I knew it. There was a lot of unknown. Where would I go? Would I get into the schools that I wanted to attend? Would I get scholarships? Would I be able to take out loans to pay for things? And that's another topic for another video. There was just a lot of uncertainty, and a lot of it felt like I had to prove myself in that time. And I was scared. I don't think I knew that at the time, but looking back, I know now that's a big part of those feelings that I was experiencing. And we fast forward. I got the driver's license. I got to drive myself. Excuse me. I got to drive myself to my birthday party. And things unfolded. things unfolded, I guess, as they were supposed to. There was plenty of hurt along the way, plenty of rejection, plenty of frustration, feeling like things weren't unfolding the way I wanted them to. But there was nothing wrong with my experience. I had enough choice. I had good options of where to go and what to choose as I was turning over into young adulthood by the time I finished school and I was leaving home. But I knew that things were forever going to be different. And I guess things are always different. Nothing ever stays the same. But it felt tangible, and it felt big, and it felt scary. So when I come home, all of that to say, and I'm I'm gonna cry again, I'm sure. When I come home, I always feel like I can snap back into that sense of, in a good way, feeling sheltered, and in a good way, feeling embraced and encompassed by this net. I don't want to call it a safety net, but it's a really loving embrace of having my family, having my parents, my siblings, and having this community where I felt successful and I felt really supported. And so leaving that, having any reason to be taken away from it, I think is scary. And you might be experiencing that in your life, or you might have plenty of moments you can think of where you identify in the same way as I do in this story. So here we are. If I was 16 then, I can do some slow math for you. I can't. Is this 16 years later? Oh my gosh. So I'm 32. So I've lived another life since I was 16, and everything I felt on that day now in a way is sort of doubled. And I don't want to just sit here and cry for the whole video, because I don't think anyone would want to watch that. But I'm feeling it. I'm feeling a lot of feelings today. And I appreciate you spending a little bit of my birthday with me. So moving on, moving forward, when I come to Tennessee, as I said, I love getting to be with my siblings. I love getting to be with my parents. And something really fun that I like is the country culture that I get a little taste of. I mean, we don't live in the country. We live in a suburb of a city, but we're not far from farmland and countryside and what feels culturally very different from what I'm used to in my adult life, having lived in New England and the Midwest and the United Kingdom briefly. So I'm going to insert a little bit of footage of some of the animals I met when I was at a restaurant here. It's called the Cookie Jar Cafe, and it's in Dunlap, Tennessee. It's down the backside of the mountain. It's in Central Time, it's another time zone. So it feels like quite the adventure to go, but it's your classic meat and three sort of place, if you know what that means, where you choose a protein and three sides, three fixings, and it feels very country, southern country, I guess. But it's good. It's fun. The food's great. And they have animals. They have animals on their property. So they were precious animals I got to see. So I'll have a little bit of footage scrolling across as I'm talking about this. But I love that. I love that tangible feel of being somewhere different, having the culture reflected in it. How's the sun? It's covered by a cloud. Hopefully it'll peek through, but if not, that's life. That's okay. Back to the topic of feeling anxious, feeling nervous about things. Something that I felt and do feel so much anxiety over, and not in a debilitating way, but just in a nerve-wracking way, is this channel. Every time I sit down to film a video and post it, part of me wonders how it's going to be received, how people will respond, what they will say if they choose to respond to me. And some videos I've posted have garnered wild responses where people have been pretty vicious. They've said crazy things to me, but it's just a few outliers. It's not even a minority of people saying the same thing. So some of that, I wonder if it's trolling, if it's people doing it specifically just to be hateful. But other people, I'm sure, are giving me a genuine reaction. And their genuine reaction might be that they really don't like me, they really don't like spending time with me, and they really don't like the kind of things I share, my opinions, or whatever it is that I put in a video and strikes a chord with them. So I get nervous to do certain things or say certain things here on the channel, but I'm going to do it, I'm going to say it, and try to build who I am, grow in my confidence, grow in my abilities, and hopefully grow in the community that I have here. And it's really interesting. YouTube gives me the most specific details about my audience, how each video performs, and I try not to hyperfixate on this because I think that would drive anybody crazy to then feel like they are artificially presenting themselves and manufacturing video ideas and content. It's helpful in a way to know which videos do well, which videos draw in certain viewers, but I don't want this to be fiction. I don't want to create the same type of video over and over if it's not genuine, if it's not authentic to who I am and what's actually going on in my life. So part of that leads me to the fact that I am launching on my birthday here officially a Patreon. And it feels very silly to say that because this channel is young, but I guess in a way this channel is not completely small. I think I have a decent audience, a decent community that has grown with me in these first 6 months of being here on YouTube. So I'm jumping in with this, and I hope that you don't take offense to this as an audience member, as somebody who spends time with me. I don't want it to feel like you have to pay anything to be here with me, because the environment, the community I'm trying to create is one that is completely judgment-free, that is open to anyone. And I want especially people who don't have a physical crafting community to find a community here with me virtually. Hopefully down the road, I'll be in a position where I can actually bring people together and host events and do things in person, or travel around, see people where they are, make myself and what I do even more accessible in a physical, in-person way. So I hope that as you watch this, you don't take any offense. This isn't off-putting to you, because there is no need, there's no requirement for anyone to participate in this situation of me creating a patron-based channel. This is just a way for me to dedicate the time I'd like to making videos, to actually sitting down and filming, to editing the equipment, the software that I use, and then sharing it. And hopefully also having the time needed to interact by replying to comments, by actually having a two-sided conversation with every video I post. And I've realized as things have grown, as I've had videos that get tens of thousands of views, I can't keep up with that because I have full-time jobs. I have multiple jobs I work. And so the schedule's busy, and then I have to try to scramble to get something up and filmed and respond to things. And I know that everybody does things differently. There are probably channels you watch where people have really demanding full-time jobs and they never create any sort of patron-based platform to fuel their channel. But I'm not sitting down with the camera on and putting up an hour-long video with no edits where I'm just talking at you. I'm trying to really bring you experiences, teaching videos, yarn, exposure to things. I'm trying to share it in a way that feels professional. I'm trying to do things at a high level, whether that's the camera quality, the sound quality, the pacing of the edit, I'm trying to really make sure that what I'm putting out there is an enjoyable experience. And I've had moments along the way where I fumbled. I fumbled with quality of a video or sound, and thank you for the people that gently pointed out to me, and then I learned from it, and I have a running list of things that I'm supposed to check and triple check to make sure that my videos have a good standard as they go up. So if you are somebody who watches me and is in a position where you can support and you want to fuel and help grow what I'm able to do, then I would be so grateful, so humbled by that. And it feels, again, silly to even put this out there, but I'm a firm believer that if I build it, eventually they might come, they might show up and want to be part of this community. I want to have a community that offers the best experience for anyone who belongs to it, through the connections you make, through the things you learn, through the experience you have, and hopefully through the way you feel when you sit down with me to craft, when you sit down with me to ponder a problem, when you sit down with me to feel an emotion. So if you're in a position where you can contribute to that and you want to help put your mark on what I'm doing here and what I'm hoping to create with this channel, then that would make my day. That would make my month. That would make my year. So I'm going to put all the details on the screen in the description box below for people to get there. And it's something that you'll hear me mention in my future videos. So I just wanted a way to introduce this with a sort of blanket statement to let you know what's going on. Why is Mark begging us for money? I hope that I'm not begging you for money, but I hope that I'm creating a community, a place where there are incentives, there are reasons that you feel like, okay, I'm supporting and I'm helping grow and decide the future of what's happening here on this channel. So if you click over to see what's going on with the Patreon, you'll see there are different levels where you can support monthly, and each of those levels includes a series of sort of perks or incentives. The incentive is that you're here and you care about what's going on in the channel and you're in a position where you can support it in a way. You're also supporting the channel if you just watch these videos, if you share them with friends. So thank you to anyone who is here right now. You are already supporting me in that way. But I want to hopefully find footing to consistently be able to produce high quality and things that bring you joy as you watch. So if you click over, there are incentives listed, little things that hopefully make you feel like there's something in return for being a supporter, for being a patron of anything going on here on the channel. So I'm going to stop talking about that. And I wish you could see more of the sun. Alas, maybe it'll come out, maybe it won't. So what does the future hold? I've talked about supporting this channel, building the community, and I'm excited for the future of things. This summer, I have a huge adventure ahead of me. My husband and I are traveling to Europe, both for work and to participate in a competition. So an opportunity to sing with a cathedral choir takes us to the UK, to the United Kingdom this summer, and we were really fortunate to be selected for the in-person final competition rounds of the Wigmore Hall song competition. It's an art song competition that'll take place in London in September. So we will be in the UK for about a month and a half, close to 2 months, for our work opportunity and then to participate in this competition. And we're collaborating together. He's singing as baritone, I'm playing as his pianist, and we're preparing all sorts of art song, things from German composers, French composers, British, and then American composers. And hopefully it'll go well. Hopefully it'll be a great experience. We're really trying to pour ourselves into this. We're trying to prepare thoughtfully and with our hearts in it. But I'm excited about the bonus adventures. I'm excited about being in the UK. I'm excited about the sheep. I'm excited about the yarn. I'm excited about the people and the places and the community. So hopefully I will be coming to you with all sorts of content from this trip. If you have ideas about things you want to see that are UK based, we'll be spending time in England, in Scotland, the tiniest bit of time in Ireland on our way home. But if you have ideas, specific things that you'd love to see, let me know. I have lots of ideas to visit shops, to hopefully visit some farms, to show you the countryside, take you along with me as I work on projects and as I am hopefully just overwhelmed and inspired by everything I see and everything I get to do. So I'm thrilled, I'm excited. That's one reason that I'm bringing you this Patreon launch, to hopefully prepare me for the things I want to do there, the things I want to be able to film, to have the right equipment, to be able to travel with everything. So I'm excited. I'm thrilled. And again, I'm so grateful for anyone who clicks on a video and stays here on the video. I know it's a lot of rambling. I know it's a lot of crying, and you may hate when people get on YouTube and just cry and ramble. But today, that's me. That's what I'm feeling. So thank you for spending some of my birthday with me. Thank you for letting me cry. And hopefully you'll have something to say. So let me know in the comments if any part of my story struck a chord with you, if there's anything you have ideas about for the channel, for me, and I'd love to hear it. I always love to hear what you're working on. I want to see your projects. So if you are working on a project and you tell me about it in the comments, if you're crafting with me during these videos, if you're on Instagram, tag me in it, or send me a message. But it's better, I guess, if you tag me, because I don't always see the message requests come through. So follow me there at MakerMarkKnits and tag me. I want to see your projects. I always wish that I could just turn the camera around and see what you're working on and let you talk. So please connect with me there. And if you're not on Instagram, but you're on Ravelry, you can find me there at MakerMarkKnits. A lot of people send me messages on Ravelry and they say that they watch these videos on their TVs, so it's not easy for them to just leave a comment on a YouTube video, but they take the time to then send me a message the next time they're on Ravelry, and I love that. So get in touch. I want to hear from you. I want to feel like this community is not just me sitting in front of a camera, but I'd really like to know the people that I'm spending time with every time I get on YouTube. So again, thanks for being here. Thanks for all you do to help my channel grow and to give me this place where I really feel like I belong. And I hope you feel like you belong today. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. I hope all of you enjoy whatever you have going on in life. Happy knitting, happy crocheting, happy crafting to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.